Bonjour mes chéris, je m'appelle Danger Genvex and welcome back to Passepartout, the Starving Artist. As before, we are going to be attempting to make the wonderful art and we are going to be attempting to peddle it to the general public. Actually, no, we're not. What we are going to do is we are going to be trying to sell our art to the fancy ladies. The reason for this is because of the vote that all of you had taken on the Twitter, and having voted for the traditional ending, you know, the traditionalists, they're one of the great ending, you know, we are passionate about our art. We have to impress the fancy ladies. So that is what we are going to do. So we are going to get right in it. What impresses the fancy ladies is very detailed work. So I am going to switch back to my very own voice now, like right now. So what impresses the fancy ladies is, I'll tell you as we go. So let's go. What impresses the fancy ladies is they want very detailed work. So, and they like small brushes. So I am going to have to, despite the fact that I could do this a lot faster with a big brush, I am going to do this slowly with a bit of a smaller brush. It's not exactly, you know, I can almost say, you know, you're watching paint dry even while you're painting type of thing. So probably not the most exciting, but this is what we voted for, so this is what we're going to do. Now, I am working off reference material again because there was something specific that I wanted to draw. I am going to be dedicating this canvas and probably a few after it to my very darling pussycat, because I love my pussycat, my darling kitty Ash. I don't know, you guys can probably hear him mew sometimes. Oh, he can be such a loud brat. Is that him mewling right now? If it is, I can actually hear him through my earphones. I mean, really, what kind of a cat is that loud and noisy and needy all the time? Believe me, it is almost all the time. I love him so much, but oh, he is such a needy bastard. There. I love him. I do. He's a sweetheart, but oh, really, he's probably the neediest cat you will ever meet. I kid you not. Let's see. Like this. And nice. Believe it or not, in preparation for this, I actually opened up my MS Paint, and after collecting a whole lot of reference material, I went and I collected a whole lot of reference material, and then I went and I practiced for this in paint, and I still suck. In my defense, it hasn't gotten any easier. I also attempted to glue I kid you not, to glue a pen to my mouse to see if that would make things any easier. And it didn't. It really didn't. Oh no, what's happening? Are we hanging? Oh, Bulls inbound. We were hanging for a second there. But yeah, no, it didn't get any easier whatsoever. In fact, it still felt really bloody difficult. There we go. And a wee toe and a wee toe. Like that. Okay. I guess it's not supposed to get, you know, easier per se. but I could deal with just like a little bit easier. You know, practice makes perfect type of thing. And all that's going through my head is we are in a new gallery and we have no paintings up, so we have no clients, and I am yammering on while drawing a cat. How is that going to make me popular with the fancy ladies? And of course, then immediately after, the next thought pops up and goes, well, you know, there are a bunch of fancy ladies. Surely at least one of them has a cat thing for cats. I hope one of them has a thing for cats. Because I want to draw the pussycat like this. Oh, I'm about to screw up. Yeah, I'm about to screw up. Just a little bit. Just bloop. There we go. No more screw up. No more screw up. Wee. It's all good. It's all good. Can you see the cat? The kitty? Can you see it taking shape? Such beautiful, perfect kitty cat shape. I'm going to hate myself when it comes time for doing the finer decorating, but oh well. You know, the actual coloring in. I would have liked to make the kitty cat black, but then all the detail work goes straight down the drain. It was all for nothing, and then what was the point? Oh, this is such a dyslexic looking cat right there. Oh well, crap happens. We're going to do a little bit over there and over there like such as. I'll see. I wanted to, you know, do the kitty cat thing today. You know, that and maybe one or two other things. But so I'm probably not going to do. But there also weren't very many new suggestions yet because I'm recording this episode, you know, relatively quickly after the previous episode. So there hasn't really been time for me to check for comments. So I will do more comment videos, you know, comment artworks next time. Oh, speaking of which, thank you, Pick. I got your comment. In the previous episode, I went on and on about the stingray that killed one of my favorite wildlife, you know, like activists and that kind of thing. And that was, as Pick so very kindly reminded me, that was Steve Irwin, the Aussie Steve Irwin. And just thinking about him immediately made me all kinds of near depressed. Because that was, of all the people that we could lose in the world, why did it have to be him? You know, he was one of the best, one of the greatest, one of those few really good people in the world who cared about nature and cared about the fate of our planet. And he's the one that has to bite the bullet. I mean, life isn't fucking fair, man. Of course, life isn't fair. Take all that pain, all that anger, and channel it into your art with everything you've got. This is basically what I meant. I think maybe I'm going to get 1 or 2 paintings out unless I cut out a whole lot for each episode. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you guys what. Passepartout is always caring about those who care about his art. So, you tell Passepartout. In this episode, we'll just see how far we get. But for the next episode, you tell Passepartout. You say, Passepartout, please, we do not, wish to see you sitting here painting the same painting, the same piece of art for, 10 minutes. So if you would, very kindly, please, rather just give us the highlights, then I give you the highlights. I don't want, I wonder though, if I can I wonder, yeah, but then I have to redraw over all of it. This is going to be annoying. I'm going to hate myself. Okay. We're just gonna do this and this. Like so. You will see the reason I am doing this in but a moment. Just there and over here like so. And over here like this. And like so. I know it looks like a mutilated cat. I know, I am very well aware of what it looks like. This poor cat is in horrible condition, but this poor cat is not done. So just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. We will do this. We will make it work. We will make it work. For AM PASSPARTOUT, watch me art with my art. I know that seems to make very little sense, but just, think about it. Think about it. It's art with my art. Well, technically, it is art with my pussycat. My baby. Ay, ay, ay. I really think this would be easier if I actually had a bloody pen. Even if it is in, MS Paint style. I still can't believe I actually went and practiced for this in MS Paint. I feel almost like I should be ashamed by that. But I saw some of the most amazing MS Paint artworks and I'm like, that is so not fair. Why do people get that kind of talent? Why does PASSPARTOUT not have that talent? I am the starving artist. I am the one who should have the talent. Why do I not? It is not fair. But life is not fair. As the artist, we must take that pain and that emotion and pour it onto the canvas. And it will give us the ability to feel once more. It is the passion for the arts. That is what gives us our power. Passion for the arts. We must never let it go. And here in my gallery, although currently devoid of paintings, you will discover the true meaning of the pain of art. Screw this. Can I just color in this cat now? Oh, my eyes just did that wiggly squiggly diggly thing. Not that any of you would have any idea what the hell I meant with that wiggly squiggly wiggly. Whatever. We're getting somewhere. We're almost done with the cat. We're almost done with this cat. And if it impresses the ladies, then at least we know we are on the right track. It's also apparently, the way that the game calculates how much you get paid, if it appeals to the correct audience, of course, is how long it takes. So, the time factor, if it takes longer, that is one of the things that make it appeal to the fancy ladies. And again, it is the fancy ladies that we need to impress to get the traditionalist ending that you guys voted for. Although I have to confess, right now, my poor aching hand is hating everybody who voted for the traditionalist ending, because my fingers and my wrist is killing me, and I've barely started. You know what I am going to call this painting? I'm going to call it Selena. Yes. Selena. Not as in Gomez. Definitely not as in Gomez. But bonus points to anyone who knows which Selena I am referring to. She has been in a few movies, most of the time she is in movies that have nothing to do with her and more to do with someone else, but she has had her own movie. It was a complete fucking failure, but she has had one. Okay, let's just create like a little bit of texture, just so that it is not all gray, as a background. Just adding like a wee bit. This looks like one really unhappy cat. It's like, why? Why me? Why did you have to put me on the canvas? Couldn't it have been someone else? Something, anything else, really. It could have been anything. Why me? Did it have to be me? I will never be able to show my face in public again. That is what this cat's face says. Okay, and there we go. We actually have a painting finished. Finally, we call you Selena. What are you doing here? I don't want you in here. No, Georges. It is like 2,000 euro, but no, I want to see if it impresses the fancy ladies. So I am very sorry, Georges, but I'm afraid, the pen tool. The pen tool will help us work in the detail. I am going to, next, I am going to draw a very close friend of mine. You might have noticed him in my logo and a few other places. This is going to be, I wish you to meet my good friend, Scully. It will go very well, you will see. No, I wish for black. Oh, Don. It is not complex. You are just a simpleton. Get out of my store. Get out of my gallery. Come. It is a fancy lady, please. Baffling incompetence. Elizabeth. How could you, Elizabeth? Get out of my store. Get out of my gallery. I thought she would appreciate that art. So it is too detailed for the businessmen. And what? Too much for the ladies? Oh, pardonnez-moi. Pardon. So what? Perhaps I should have sold it to Georges. Oh, Don, did I not tell you to get out of my store? Out of my gallery. You have no taste for the arts. Go away. I do so love black. It is such a beautiful color. Lovely, long, slow strokes. I would like to, at least sell one painting in this episode, if nobody minds. Oh, come now, Elizabeth. There is no rhetoric. It is a cat. For the sake of all cows. Perhaps the painting just needs to mature a bit. Oui. Sometimes this is the case. I have heard of this happening. Oh, I think my throat is trying to kill me. But perhaps... Alright, Georges. We make a switch. Yes, mainly because I need the rent money. I need the money to survive. Yes, I know about the pen tool, damn it. I am using it. Like this. There we go. The pencil at least gives you a bit more control. I just wish I'd remembered it when I started with that damn cat. Might have made things a bit more easy. Yeah, right. Nothing is easy about this. Okay. And like that. There we go. Very good. Very good. We are getting somewhere. Ugh. I have no art in my gallery. But at least I did sell one piece. But the goal had been to sell the piece, you know, to one of the fancy ladies. Not to George, my stalker from my garage. Dang flabbit. Alright. So, Scully, the reason why Scully actually has a name. Scully is one of the first digital art, you know, thingies that I ever created. And I loved him so much that I began to use him for, well, pretty much everything. And I thought it was about time that I introduce, you know, everybody else to Scully. Well, it's definitely easier with the pen tool, I'll tell you that much. It's also significantly slower. Easier, but significantly slower. I also really shouldn't be doing this clicking, because from what I've heard or read or whatever, apparently the amount of time the brush spends on the canvas is what, you know, is what counts as a stroke. So, you know, just doing a quick click to get that circle actually doesn't benefit me when I'm supposed to do like high detailed work, because the stroke value is very, very low. I am so sorry. I am bothering you all with a technical mumbo jumbo. That was not my intention. I did not mean to bore you with a technical mumbo jumbo. I should probably stop with the technical mumbo jumbo. I cannot help it. I am an artist. Well, attempting artist. But my friend Scully looks like there's something wrong with his eyes, for one. Oi. And his jaw, his teeth are too long. Damn it! Okay. Well, we compensate. If we must compensate, then we must compensate, you know? There we go. Come, Scully. Now, what can I do to make this more detailed? I have no idea. There. There is Scully. Now, what can I do with the rest of the painting to make it more detailed? I do not know. Perhaps some greys. At least somebody bought a cat. I cannot believe I have sold only one painting. My friends, art sucks. It sucks to be a starving artist. Take it from somebody who knows. And to be surrounded by Philistines. Philistines who know nothing about art. I must put up with their incompetence. Take your bills and shove it. You know nothing of pain. You know nothing of my world. You know nothing of what I have to go through every day just to cover my baguettes and my wine. Never mind the cost of my canvases and paint. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. I thought I knew what would impress the ladies, but now I am no longer so sure. I am starting to doubt my own competence. It is not a good feeling. It is a tragic feeling. Very tragic. And there we go. Scully. Scully. Hi, Scully. Say hello to the world. World. I suddenly have no idea what to paint next. I'm drawing a major blank. Let's see, there was self-foot. You know what? Let us do the eye. We will try and make it a very detailed eye. That will make you rich, Giorgio? No. Piss off, Giorgio. Let us do the eye. I am not interested in hearing what you have to say, Giorgio. Piss off. Giorgio. Come, my lady, please. Look at my art. What do you mean untenable? What is a girl meant to do here to catch your attention? I guess I have to solve. The thing is, tremendous. Fine, I have bills to pay. This career advice. I must please more respectable customers. I am pleasing more respectable customers. Only I am pleasing the wrong ones. Merde. With any luck, this, our last painting for this episode, will at least impress one of the fancy ladies. We can only hope, because if it doesn't, I am in some deep boo-boo. Some very deep shite. I'm trying now to create an eye that's relatively detailed, but you know, that's not too much. It's not pleasant. Okay, like this. And then we have to take, I'm using darker colors because that's apparently what they like, but I don't know, let's just do this. Maybe they like pink. I mean, they are fancy ladies. And they look very foppish with those weird outfits of theirs. And wigs. And umbrellas inside. Oh, my eye is itching. Why is my eye itching? Probably because you're drawing an eye. Oh, no, you think? Yeah, I think. Oh, shut up. That is me talking to me. Isn't it wonderful? Oh, I love me. Bills inbound. Bills inbound. All I ever hear is bills inbound. I don't care about bills. I care about art and wine and baguettes. Because even when I make no money, apparently I have enough money for wine and baguettes. I have an addiction. At least I have, you know, some nice savings. So I shouldn't run out of money anytime soon. That is the last thing I need. Okay. Maybe the ladies will enjoy, you know, this. Don't peek over my shoulder. When it is done, I will let you know, and then you can come to look. Stupid old lady. Let an artist finish his work. You don't peek over the shoulder of an artist. That's rude. Very rude. You are a very lewd fop lady. Even though you are the lady I'm supposed to be trying to impress. Oh, F my life. So hard right now. Oh no, the line's too big. Oh well. Shit happens all the time. All the time it happens. So this time we'll just have to deal with it. I also didn't give this one a background because I don't seem overly fond of that. So I just want to see what happens if I do not give it a background and if I try to stick to, relatively few colors. Crap. I just want to see if it makes a difference, if it makes them like it anymore. You never know. It is an experiment. And I suppose it is not a must that I get that ending. It is just, what we decided we want. But this is my last painting for this episode, I think. Okay, like that. Wee. This is how I am feeling on the inside. Oh, my poor breaking art. Tears flowing from my eyes. As the only people who are interested in my art are these stinking businessmen and investors. I do not want their money. I am in this for the art, for the passion. I think. Yeah, I'm sinking. I think the reason why this particular pursuit is called like one of the greats is because what we're basically doing is we're looking for a patron. So that we don't have to specifically sell our art, but that we're making art specifically for one person. And that person, that's why it's the traditional ending. Like they had patrons in all times. That's basically what we're doing. Okay. I don't know if this is good enough. I honestly don't. I hope it is. Because it's at this point now that, as I said, this is our last painting for this episode. Otherwise, I'm going to drive you completely nuts with my very slow pen strokes. I had to cut out a wee bit of the art. Me fiddling with the eye. Just a tiny bit. Because my family, they came outside. It's time for them to head off to work and school and all those other things. So I had to deal with a whole lot of noise. I barely heard them at first, and then suddenly it was like, poof, even through the earphones. So, whoops. Okay. This is our last piece for today. Let us see if it sells at all. Teary eye. Come on. Show me. Come. Oui. Painted by a dilettante. I'm screwed. They are not liking anything that I am painting. I wonder if it would help if I painted them. Fantastic. And Don likes it. I mean, I am screwed. I'm going to end up as a sellout. I cannot be a sellout. I refuse. So, yes, you may have it. Uh-oh. Potential investors are taking notice. We have a problem. So, as I mentioned, this is the end of this episode. But will PASSPARTOUT be able to come back from this selling out to all of these businessmen and investors? Will he be able to return to his roots as a true artist? Who knows? Oh, I can only hope. He better be able to return to his roots as a true artist. Otherwise, the traditional ending is going to go right out the window. If I don't find a way to impress these ladies, you know, I'm screwed. I am totally screwed. Completely and utterly screwed. At least in the sense of the ending that we're aiming for. Fingers crossed. So, leave me comments down below for anything you'd like me to attempt to put to canvas. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this episode of PASSPARTOUT, please leave me a like down below and leave some encouraging words for our favorite artist, as I think he is suffering from a small emotional breakdown. I am suffering from a small emotional breakdown. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Au revoir!